Again, great to see more of Demi. Demi, he at one point was a very active player, very active, very much so, playing in almost every tournament he could, but of course did decide to step away. Has since, like, quote unquote retired. Nowadays he's a little bit more of a part-time player. He mainly only plays in OSC events like this, so it's been a while since we've seen him on a regular basis. So we'll see how he compares to someone who's more active like our Protoss here. And spawning in the bottom right hand corner of Maganatha, we have the red Protoss player, the red Protoss himself. It is PAPI. And spawning in the top left hand corner, we have the Indian Zerg player. We have the blue Zerg for Matcherino Esports. It is Demi. Here we go. We are going to be settling into our game, settling into our best of. Now, for those who remember, Demi, I mean, it's been a couple of years since he's been an active player, but Demi, he's known for what? For Spire play and mutas. And technically, in this latest patch, muta play is more viable. Muta play, it is more viable, it is more of an option. So we could see, there's a high chance that in this series we're going to see muta play at some point. But the scary thing, of course, is he's up against that man himself. Este PAPI, ay, ay. He himself is a little bit more active, not the most active as, say, like a Geralt or a Christiana. PAPI, he does mainly play in European, if not only Polish events, so we don't really get to see as much as we would like to see out of PAPI, but regardless, still a very strong player in his own right, and is going to be favored coming into this. We'll see if Demi can catch him with his pants down. See if he can catch him. Okay, we good. So just opening the door. Again, it's spring coming into we're headed towards summer here in Australia, so it's getting quite hot, quite intense. But we'll make it. We'll make it. It'll be okay. As for now, Stargate open out of PAPI, opening up Stargate into Oracle into our third base. PAPI, he's not really one to deviate too much. We do expect to see a standard game out of our Protoss player. It's really on Demi that we're looking at here, whether it's muta play. He's also been known to go for Ling Floods and Ling All-Ins as well, so Demi can be a very active player. For now, also Hatchgas pull into a third base. We're building up in towards the mid game. Likewise, we'll see if Demi does cut corners at any point. We'll see if he goes for an early Evo chamber as well into +1 melee. We'll see if he goes into roaches. Oh, hello. As that is not an Oracle, that is a Void Ray. So Void Ray opener out of our Polish Protoss player. With this, he'll be hunting down the Overlord, and he'll be denying scouting, which means we can hide some tech. Pylon has been thrown down. Show us what you got. Are we going for a Twilight Council? So PAPI can be a little bit cheeky here. Can be cheeky. Yo, este lechito. Yeah, baby, yeah. Este milk and cookies. Good to see you. Bienvenidos, bienvenidos. Good to see you. Buenos días. Buenos días. Hope you're doing well. Yo, when is cooking with cookies? What's Ah, no. You're too busy climbing rocks. Climbing all the rocks. God damn it. I hope you've been enjoying yourself. Este lechito. For now, though. For now, Void Ray moves out. Hunts out one of the Overlords. And we have the Oracle behind this here for PAPI. Everything. Like, life is on hiatus. Like, god damn it. Este milk and cookies. We do have our initial Roach Horn on the way for Demi. Interesting. So he does delay, if not skip, his Evo Chamber. So he delays his Evo Chamber, going for the early Roach Horn instead. Eyes are on Demi. Likewise, no SimCity here either, but he's just playing it safe. Makes sense, especially against a Void Ray. Goes in, and we can see that it's going to be a Forge into Robo into a delayed Twilight Council. Now, because the Twilight Council is after the Robo, there's a very high chance that it's going to be a Warp Prism into a Temple Archives into a delayed Archon drop with High Templar. We spoke about this last night, actually. This is a build that has been quite trendy amongst the European scene and the European players, especially like players like MaxPax, Skillus, Geralt, Christiana as well, especially in the first half of the year. PAPI is also one to embrace that as well. So it could be going into the Prism, but no, it's going to be Immortals, and we could go into Charge instead. Show us what you got. Do we go into the Temple Archives? Nope, Charge. So Charge is on the way. This is actually an older school build. We saw a lot of this last year. If you remember, there was actually a nerf. Was it a year ago, 2 years ago, where the Immortal did actually end up losing some of its DPS in said nerf just to try to deal with this, as it was quite trendy to build up this death wall of an army. 7 drones going to be going down, crazy damage here, and PAPI is building up towards a charged out Immortal timing, almost like a Soul Train-esque kind of build, where you can incorporate sentries and force fields alongside this as well. Meanwhile, we spoke about it at the beginning of the broadcast. Spire play again. Demi, he is known for Muta play. We expected Mutas at some point in the series, and we're seeing it here in game 1. So Spire gets thrown down. This is a very risky kind of style to play, of course. He's hoping that PAPI is more defensive. He's hoping that PAPI stays at home, and that he gives Demi the room that he needs to actually make these Mutas and get across the map. So big risk here for Demi. We'll see if he can get away with it. PAPI back at home is getting into Charge, +1. Temple Archives for Archons, for potentially Storm as well. But PAPI should be going for a timing. There's a window in time here where he can break his opponent, as defensively there's no Banelings. There are Roaches, yes, but there's a high chance that Demi's going to skip Roaches to build up resources for Muta play. So we'll see if PAPI can strike. We'll see if he can strike here just before Demi's ready, or just as Demi's transitioning. Spire is almost done. We have how many High Templar so far? It is going to be 3. 3 Templar. Storm is on the way, being chronoed as we speak. And this is going to hit quite hard. Spire is done, +1 attack is on the way. Demi is banking up a lot of gas. We'll be able to make soon 10 Mutas. And we'll see if he commits. I mean, again, Mutas that won't really help too much against this push. I mean, it works both ways. On the one hand, there's no Blink Stalkers. True, right? There's no Blink. It was a charge-based opener instead. So limited anti-air. Fighting head-on against Mass Archon is going to be difficult, but we'll see if PAPI even moves out. Here come the Mutas. 9 Mutas in production. And PAPI, are we pushing? Storm is done. Storm is done, and if we stay at home defensively here, that's going to give Demi the opportunity he needs. Yeah, Mutas are on the way. And PAPI stays at home. And he's choosing to be passive, which again, it strikes me as a little bit odd. Usually when you go into these early charge timings, it's to be aggressive. It's to be in the face of your opponent. Charge has been done for quite some time. Prism is now on the way. So PAPI can now move with the Warp Prism, but is it too late? Is it too late? Here come the Mutas. Oh, guess who? Guess who oracles? Spots the army. Oh good. It does run past. Oh, we'll take a storm to the face. We'll lose 1 Muta in the process. We'll lose 2. 2 Mutas go down. They hit the 3rd base mineral line. Leading some damage. But not the cleanest trades here for Demi. And not the cleanest trades. PAPI does move out. And we'll see if Demi... we're going for the base trade. Okay. I was going to say, we'll see if Demi can hold on back at home. He just commits. He just rallies everything across the map. He's going for the triangle... Sorry, for the linear 3rd. He's going for the 3rd base. The base trade has begun. This expansion will fall. It does evacuate. It does pull away here, but time is of the essence. We got to get into the other bases. We got to keep going. As there are warpins. There are warpins back at home. You can see PAPI slowly building up his stalkers. Demi does move in. Going for the pylons. Collapsing the expansion. Does magic box, takes down the Archon. Now trading with the stalkers. PAPI only fighting with half his army. He has stalkers idle in the main. And he'll lose everything. He'll lose everything with stalker here. Fourth base goes down. And PAPI, does he turn around? He is. He's turning back home. He's turning around back home. Demi is massing out more Lings. Breaks into the natural. Lings, they flood into the main. And where's that recall? He's not recalling. He's just walking back instead. And he may just lose too much. Now, what's important here is the mutas can get away, right? The mutas, they can get away. Ooh. Slice of War Prism. Slice of Prism. Gets the Archon as well. Choke point working against the Protoss. Catching out some of the Stalkers. And mutas, again, they do evacuate. The Ling Roach, they're going to be cleaned up. Sniping more buildings. Tech is under fire. Mutas, they race back to defend. He races back home, and PAPI, he has zero next side left here. Thankfully, has a probe. He has 2 probes remaining. He will re-expand. Then he does magic box. Gets on top of the army. Cleans up everything. And now he can clean up. Oh, we're even catching some more immortals. And Demi looking good here. Cleans up the immortals. Again, the buildings here are finite. Pylon, gateway, gas geyser. Okay, these are the final buildings. Demi can pounce on this. Wait, what? Okay. I was like, where are the Archons? The Archons and Storm are crucial here to defend. Demi's hitting a third base. Spanning top right. Again, Demi, he saved his main. The main base was saved. Still making more mutas. And as the main army moves out, Demi moves in. There is a recall. Here's a recall back home. There's a storm back home as well. Ooh. Yeah, the first storm, the second storm does land. Oh, mutas have to get out of here. They take a lot of damage. Oh, but they break through. Oh, Jesus. The other mutas, they get so very low here, but they barely do break through. There's a recall back home. Mutas have to get the hell out of here. Oh my god. Losing another. A lot of mutas have fallen. Down to 14. 14 mutas left. They made it back home in time. GG gets called. Demi, he shuts down the run by. There was nothing else to work with, and Demi, whew, he will take game number 1. GG. Ay, ay, ay. GG, well played. He will take a lead in the series. Again, a very intense back and forth here. Demi, he was able to get away with his mutas. If you remember, I was very surprised by how passive PAPI was. Like, PAPI, he went for the early charge timing. He went for the early, like, zealot immortal based composition. But he didn't push, did not move out. He stayed at home, turtling up and getting into a 4th base, which allowed Demi to get away with his mutas. And of course, then we ended up with the base trade. And with that, Demi takes a lead. And now we're jumping into game number 2. Let's go. Let's go. We're getting into game 2 and spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Tokamak. We have the Polish Protoss player. We have the red Protoss down in the series. We'll see if he can bounce back and make a series out of this. It is PAPI. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have his opponents. We have the blue Zerg player, or the blue Zerg player himself, the Indian Zerg representing Match Arena Esports. It is Demi. Here we go. So we are going to be building up and settling in. It's going to be Hash Gas Pool, standard open out of Demi, likewise standard open out of PAPI as well. Once again, our eyes are going to be on our Protoss player. Again, there was a lot of aggressive potential for the Protoss. Like PAPI, he had potential, he had the build, he was set up, he just didn't push. He just stayed home. He stayed home that much longer. He waited until we got a 4th base, and by the time we moved out, Demi was maxed, and we ended up in the base trade. So did miss the opportunity to be aggressive. And now, let's go. Now we are getting into a longer game. We'll see if PAPI even bothers to go into charge this time. We'll see. Again, Demi is known for muta play, and especially as we load into Tokamak, this is another large map. Maganatha, Tokamak, these are the 2 largest map in the tournament map pool, or in the ladder map pool, I should say. I think Ancient Sister might be larger than Tokamak. I'm not entirely certain on that one. But these larger maps, they do favor muta play that much more. So we have our initial Stargate. So Stargate opener, last game is led into a Void Ray. I wouldn't be opposed to seeing a Void Ray again, just to make it look like the same build and then go for something different. But ideally be aggressive. We'll see. As there it is, a Void Ray once again. So 2 games in a row going for the Void Ray. Is setting up. Setting up. We have our 3rd base being taken. Everything's looking normal so far. Likewise, when it comes to Tokamak, I mean, this is one of the larger maps. This is the most defensive map as well. So if PAPI did want to play macro here, if he wanted to go into Blink, then into splash damage, then to a 4th base, then this would be a better map for it if he were to open Blink instead of charge. See? Speaking of, Twilight Council is on the way. So we have our tech of choice. We have a follow-up. Going for the Twilight Council. From here we can go into an earlier forge, but so far I don't see a forge. No forge yet. So delayed forge, delayed upgrades, Oracle does dip in. Gets 2 more drones. Extra gateways, are we going to Glaives? 4 gate setup. Up. Show us what you got. Do we go into Glaives? Do we go into Blink? It's going to be one or the other. The answer is Blink Stalkers. Okay. Now, with Blink finishing up this early, and with it starting this quickly, and with there being no +1 and no Evo, sorry, no Forge, there's a higher chance here that we're going to be active earlier on instead. Otherwise, there would be upgrades, right? Otherwise, there'd be a Forge. So this is looking a little bit more like an 8-gate setup. Speaking of 8 gates, oh boy, so 6 already. This screams like a 3-base all-in. 3-base all-in. We're expecting one more gateway and then a proxy gateway across the map. The reason for this is because there's no robo, right? There's no robo, which means there's no warp prism, so there's no way to reinforce. So if you want to reinforce, if you want to bolster this all in, then you do need that proxy. Never mind, late forge. Okay. So we're on 6 gateways, a late forge, late +1, a quirky build here by PAPI. He still needs to be active though to make up for the late upgrade and the earlier blink. 4th base not being taken. Here comes the 4th. We've been focusing a lot on PAPI. Meanwhile, on Demi, he's going into Hydras. We have the later Evo chamber with Hydra Den, so +1 range and Hydra production. Interesting setup here. He's not going for melee upgrades, so this is very committed, very dedicated, and a lot is reliant upon said Hydras. This 4th base might just be for larva. A lot of Hydras are amassing. We'll see if Demi drones or not. Currently, he's droning up to 67. That is 3-base saturation. He may choose just to use this hatchery for larva. Still building up. Oh, does go for the cancel. Nicely done. Does cancel the base, but again, I don't think Demi really intended to saturate it. It's a cancellation. Voyager goes down. And Demi's pushing. He knocks down the rocks to reduce the time it takes to get across the map to help out his reinforcements. And it will soon be go time. Back at home, what is it to defend? So far, purely a gateway composition. It is going for a later Temple Archives alongside a Robo. Working towards eventual Storm. But as we were trying to mention here, Demi, he's not been droning. He's not droning, he's not saturating, he's long distance mining, he's transferring workers, and here we go, Demi's committing here on 3 bases. And this is how you commit on 3 bases, back. True. Demi committing in. Does have to cut back the Zealots. They do trade well for themselves. But with the Zealots going down, the Stalkers are exposed. Demi trying to commit in. He does need link reinforcements though. As Hydra's there trying to hold their own. Has to get back. Kites away. Again, a very messy fight here. In the end, PAPI, he's holding. He's barely holding on. Ooh. We'll get the Archon. And the game is going to continue. I would say that Demi has the opportunity to like commit, double down, and try to keep pushing. But Demi, he's going to back off. We're taking up into Hive Tech, into Lurkers. We're getting into a longer game state. Okay. Here we go. PAPI's getting a 5th base. And again, we're taking up. Now, when it comes to taking up into a greater kind of setup here into a longer game, PAPI has to make a choice. Right now, he's fixated on a ground-based army, which I think for now is fine. We have to make a choice soon. Do we start to work towards Sky Toss? I If so, when? Now he's still securing himself. Probing up to 89. Holding on to those storms. But now would be the time for a fleet beacon. Yes, PAPI, he's pushing. Does move out. A fungal does land. We do have Mass Lurker waiting for him. That's a lot of lunkers. Jesus. Yeah, a lot of lurkers here, and initially Demi he will hold. Takes the more efficient fight. And upon seeing all these lurkers, this is when we need Sky Toss. Like, now would be still a late kind of transition, but it would have to be now. The other option, of course, is to throw down 2 more robos and get into mass immortal production. We have 1 robo on the way, so it looks like the plan is to commit to a ground army. Which again is not easy. Likewise, Storm trying to zone away. Likewise rotating in. Cells take it into the mineral line's not bad. Drones are going down. That's a lot of dead workers. Prism falls in the main. That's gonna be 21 drone kills. Ay ay ay. Yeah, no reaction by Demi. Did lose the mineral line. At the same time, going for his own push, going for his own counterattack. Yeah, likewise, lurkers are exposed. They go down on their own. Rough losses here for Demi, leading out a lot of lurkers. Still not backing up though. Yeah, catching another prism. Storm on the Hydras. Hydras are getting very low here. Now some panic storms. And looks like Demi, he's barely breaking through. Gets us over the Immortals. 1 Immortal left. Una más, PAPI, una más. And GG gets called. He barely breaks the defenses here. Demi, he will take the game. He will take the series 2-0. GG. GG, well played. It was an impressive defense early on by PAPI. He was able to defend against the all-in, shut down the Hydras, he held onto his bases, and PAPI did get up to 89 workers. Like, he was not in a bad economic position, but as we mentioned, he did fall behind tech-wise. He chose not to work towards Skytoss. He wasn't working towards Skytoss. Even after scouting the lurkers, his reaction was to commit into more Immortals, so it is a much more difficult kind of composition to work with. Not impossible. Typically you do need momentum, you do need a better economy to be in the face of your opponent. Otherwise it can be difficult keeping up with Mass Lurker without any Skytoss support. GG, well played. With that, congratulations, Demi does claim the series. Demi, he will advance on into the next round, and we still have 2 more matches remaining here.